This is a tutorial for how to use makeup to change your face to have a more masculine look. This is made for cosplayers, especially those who are looking to cosplay as male characters. So the first thing that you're going to do is to just apply your own base makeup. So apply your base foundation, base concealer, blend everything in. Next, we're going to contour our face. Now this is the most important part because male and female skulls are actually slightly different. So first off, male skulls tend to have a more prominent brow line, so they're going to have more shadows over their eyes. So what we're going to do is make a shadow on the inner corner of your eye under your eyebrow. And it can be a pretty dark shadow. That is one of the things that is very different in the male skull. The other thing that is different is male skulls tend to have a squarer jawline. So what you want to do is change the shape of your jawline with makeup and then blend that in. In general, masculine skulls also tend to have a slightly more rounded or a wider chin. So what you want to do is add shadow under your chin and around the underside of your jawbone to make it look a little bit wider. For me especially, I have kind of a pointy chin, so adding enough to make it look a little bit more rounded is going to make my skull look a little bit more masculine. Now what we're going to do is make our nose look a little bit more prominent. Now this one isn't necessarily a difference in the male versus female skull, it's more just the public perception of a male versus female face. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but this is something that can make it appear more masculine. It's just not necessarily based on biological differences in the skull. The male skull is also more rounded along the sides and the top as well, so you are going to see more shadows in the temple area and along the top of the head, especially if there's a lot of hair. So go ahead and put shadows in that area, make sure you blend them in. You also want to add a little bit of a shadow right by your cupid's bow. This again has nothing to do with a biological difference between a male and female face, but it tends to make your mouth look less delicate, which makes it look a less traditionally feminine, I suppose. You can also add a shadow of sideburns along the sides of your face in front of your ears. You can skip this if you want, especially if you have a wig or wig pieces that do this for you, but you can kind of fake it with makeup too. Once you finish with the contouring, then you want to take the time to thicken your eyebrows. You also want to make them a little bit flatter along your eyes. So instead of making them more angular, we want to make them flat because male eyebrows, because of the way the brow bone protrudes, they tend to be a little bit flatter on top of the eyes. So go ahead and fill in that area underneath the brow to make it look a little bit more masculine. Thicker eyebrows also tend to be perceived as a more masculine look, whereas thinner eyebrows tend to look more feminine. Now you want to take the time to make your lips a little bit less obvious. So what I'll do is first use foundation on my lips, and then I will take a light pink or nude colored lipstick and put that on. Make sure it's just kind of on the inside of your lips. It's not like the full lip lipstick, just a light touch so that you have not quite as pink lips as you normally have. They're kind of de-emphasized so they don't stand out as much on your face. Now, if you are cosplaying an older male character who has some kind of facial hair, then what you can do is get one of these stipple sponges. It's used a lot for stage makeup, and you'll use it with a cream makeup and basically dip it in the cream makeup and then stipple it onto your face to make an illusion of facial hair. And you can use it however your character has their facial hair. If it's just a little bit of stubble, or if they have sideburns or a little bit of a mustache. It obviously is not going to pass a test close up, but it can look great in pictures. The other thing that you can do is when you put your wig on, pay attention to the hair, to the part of the wig that's right in front of your ears. So what you can do is use, I use eyelash glue, you can also use spirit gum or other types of adhesive, and glue it a little bit down right in front of your ear. This will give the resemblance of sideburns. It'll make the wig look a little bit more natural for your masculine face. If you want written steps of this tutorial, you can go check out my website at cosplayadvice.com. I'll leave a link for you in the description below to this specific tutorial.